Hey guys, and welcome back to a new Jetpack Compose video. In this video, I will teach you how you can implement a nested scroll mechanism in Jetpack Compose, or rather, I will talk about the issues you can run into and how you can fix them. And I'm sure if you've already dealt with nested scrolling on Compose, you ran into some of its limitations. Because as for now, there are quite some limitations. It's not as with XML, where we can just put a recycler view inside of a scrollable view. No, things on Compose actually work a bit differently, and here I want to go through the scenarios that don't work, explain why they don't work, and then of course also go through scenarios that do work and why they do work. And the first very common issue people actually run into is they have a lazy column, and then they have child composables in that lazy column just with these item blocks. So they have a sublist 1 and a sublist 2. And if we take a look in sublist 1 here, we can see it's simply a lazy row. And yeah, we just put in some empty red boxes in these. And then we also have a sublist 2, which is a lazy column. So this lazy column is now inside of a subcomposable, which you want to have just as normal items here in your outer lazy column. But if we run this on our emulator, and you didn't see this now, but it will actually crash. Why will this crash? The reason is that Jetpack Compose simply does not support nesting lazy columns. So because you have an item block here, which basically tells this outer lazy column, hey, this is an item that should be recycled if it is out of the screen. But if the item is actually also a lazy column that has recyclable items, then Jetpack Compose struggles to understand where is actually the end of this lazy column, because it's pretty undefined, since this lazy column has an infinite height, or at least an infinite height constraint, because it could potentially be infinitely large. That is something Jetpack Compose doesn't know. If we comment this sublist 2 out here, and we just have our sublist 1 with the lazy row, then you will notice that this works. So we can nest lazy columns and lazy rows because a lazy row has a fixed height. So here Jetpack Compose actually knows where this sublist 1 composable actually ends. However, for such a lazy column inside of a lazy column, this is not as easy as that. And some might now think that you could also simply replace this outer lazy column with a normal column and a scrollable modifier. So we just use a normal column. We say, okay, we simply attach a vertical scroll here. Remember scroll state. So if this column grows too large, then it will simply become scrollable. Let's remove this content padding here for now. Simply include this sublist 1 and this sublist 2. If we now launch this, so we now have a lazy column inside of a normal column, then it also crashes. So this also does not work because the same issue actually happens. So this outer column does not know how high or how large this sublist 2 actually is, because it's a lazy column and it could potentially have millions of items. So these are the common issues you run into when you try to nest scrollable stuff in Jetpack Compose, but you wouldn't be here on this channel if I wouldn't tell you how you can approach these problems, of course. And to be honest, as for now in Jetpack Compose, it's just not as convenient as it is with XML. So in XML, there are no issues actually nesting recycler views in a scrollable view, but here in Compose, we can't do that yet. I assume they will implement something similar in future. This is one of the biggest limitations I actually see right now in Compose, because you need these nested scroll mechanisms quite often. But let's see what we can actually do here to fix this issue. So one solution would be, if I quickly revert all this here, make that a lazy column again and uncomment this. If we go to our sublist 2, which contains that lazy column, and we give it a fixed height. So if we say modifier is modifier dot height, and we say it's, let's say, 500 dps high. If we then launch this, take a look here, then suddenly this will compile and it will launch, because now the lazy column actually knows, or actually the outer lazy column knows, the size of our sublist 2, so it can better calculate with its layout where to put which item. But the issue is that it's not a real nested scroll mechanism right now, at least not what you probably expect, because now you have this fixed height scrollable column, which has its own independent scroll mechanism and does not scroll the outer column. Sometimes that is what you want, sometimes it's not what you want. But in this case, I want to show it because it fixes the issue. Then let's think about what else we can do. Another solution is if you say, okay, my sublist, the lazy column that I actually want to nest here, usually does not have that many items, or it's at least always a limited amount of items you add here. In that case, you could think about making this nested lazy column simply a normal column. So if you say you have a normal column here, let's remove the modifier at all, and you just have text composables in that one. And in this case, we need to use a for loop. So we say, okay, let's say we have 10 of these texts. So we say for each, and we include this text in here. If we now launch this and take a look here, then we will see that we now have a properly scrolling lazy column. However, the disadvantage of this approach is that, of course, this whole column is now one single lazy item in our outer lazy column, which means that these single items of our sublist, so these single text composables here, won't be properly lazy loaded. So the outer lazy column will either display the whole sublist or it won't display anything at all. So in the end, the lazy loading mechanism here works for the whole column and not for every single item of that column. So if you have a list that actually has a lot of items and maybe also dynamically loads more items, maybe via some kind of pagination mechanism or so, then you actually only have one solution left, and that is either directly taking these composables here and putting them in the outer lazy column with an items block, or if you kind of just want to have these items as separate composables, then what you can do is you can extend the lazy list scope. So you can say you have a lazy list scope, which is exactly what we get in here inside of a lazy column. And in this lazy list scope, we now have access to our items block. So if we say we have 10 of these texts, and we then take these texts and simply put them in this items block, then we can now only call the sublist2 composable inside of such a lazy list scope. So here, instead of using an item block now for this, we can directly say sublist2 and composable. Okay, we can make this a composable in that case because we don't need to. Now, this is already a composable context. And if we now include this here in our lazy column directly, then this will be treated as if we were to put these items in form of an items block here directly, but we have these as a separate composable just for the sake of organization. So if we now launch this, this will compile just fine, and we have our lazy loading mechanism. And now every single of these texts will also be lazy loaded when we scroll. So these will be recycled when they're not visible and loaded when they are. So I do hope the Android team comes up with some kind of solution in future that we can nest lazy columns to also preserve this lazy loading mechanism. Because if there's actually, for example, a composable coming from a library which uses a lazy column and you want to use that in another lazy column, then there is actually no way you can achieve that behavior without breaking your app. So if you enjoyed this video, then you will definitely also enjoy my Android premium courses, in which I can just go much more into detail and help you to become an industry-ready Android developer. If that sounds cool to you, check the first link in this video's description. And apart from that, I will see you back in the next video. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.